Hey Brick fans, and welcome back to the Brick Bakery, where all our jokes are half baked. I'm Jacob, and today it's time to continue the Lego haul number 18. In the previous part of this video, I left you guys hanging just as I was unpacking the very big bag of mixed Lego one of my friends was very kind to find and buy for me. Now, I've been using the last couple of days sorting and washing and trying to figure out what was actually in that bag, and now I'm ready to show you guys the content of that very, very big bag of mixed Lego. I have been discussing with myself how to make this video. The thing is, there's too much to go through everything that was in this bag, which is why I also chose to make this video a two-parter. Forgive me for that. I left you guys hanging in the end of the first video saying something like, I think we struck pay dirt. And I'm going to show you what that was, why I said that, because it's actually quite interesting, and I think I'm going to try to piece that set together, but I'll get back to that. First of all, I'm going to show you just a rough view of what was in here. This is a box containing stickered pieces that I found, and this box over here contains a half completed sets, and mostly completed sets too. So those are really pretty easy to identify what they are. So just to give you an overview of everything that's in here, I'm going to go through some of this, and you'll see. And when we're done with that, we'll go back to that set I was really surprised to find, which was a great find, and I hope I can maybe piece it together. Pieces like these are of course very easy to identify. This is 10-675 and this is 10-672, a police station and a Batcave respectively in the Juniors series. And there was actually quite a bit of stuff for these, but I'm pretty sure they are not complete, and that's actually true for most of the stuff in this haul. Then of course there was something like this, which is a part of an Avengers set, the 76047, and this wasn't complete at all. I did find more parts of it, I think, but this particular vehicle right here was the most complete part of that set. Then there was also something like this, which is a small transparent dome, and that's a part of a DC set that's called 76040 with Superman and Supergirl, I think. So this is something that was in here as well, but I am fairly certain that that one wasn't complete either. And here is something from SpiderMan, the 76016. This is an Oscorp Riders thing, but again, the rest of the set wasn't in there. It includes a helicopter, and that one wasn't in there either. So a lot of half sets. I've also managed to find part of the ScoobyDoo mystery machine. This is the roof, but I think actually something has been changed here, and this is part of the side. But again, this is approximately all there is of that set, so not much left. And you might start asking, why is it that everything is in halves? Then we got something like this. This is the bottom part of the Ghostbusters Dimensions set, Dimensions computer game or PlayStation 3 game, I think it was, where you had this scanner type thing, and this was sort of a display thing for that Ghostbusters Dimensions set that went with the computer game. This is the 71-42, and again, it wasn't too complete. I did find the little car as well, but the minifigure wasn't there, and I think there was other parts there as well, but I'm pretty sure it couldn't be completed. So again, we might start asking, why is it that everything is incomplete in this way? Then there was pieces like this, which is probably from one of the most complete parts most complete sets I managed to find. This is part of the 6068, which is called something like the Bank Robbers Hideout. It's from the Mountain Police series, if I'm not mistaken, but this is the most identifiable part of it. I think I found parts of the pier or bridge thing that was in this set as well, maybe even the other rubber dinghy, but I don't remember that quite. And then there's something like this, which is part of the Arctic series. This is from the earlier Arctic sets, if I'm not mistaken, from that big helicopter that could lift up a sort of a container thing. It's called 60034. It says Arctic 2 right here, which is pretty cool. But this one wasn't complete either. I have found parts of the minifigures as well, but other parts of it wasn't there. So yeah, that's too bad. I think I found the cabin, the cockpit as well, but other than that, you know, mostly it seems that this one was incomplete, or maybe not. Looking at the picture right now, I think maybe this one could be pieced together, but generally speaking, I would say that it was incomplete. At least a lot of the dogs that should be in this set is not here. And then one of the more complete parts here. This is a polybag Batmobile, and I don't really know when this one came out, but it's numbered 30521, and it is, as I said, mostly complete. I think I could actually complete it quite easily. Just needs a small couple of things here and here, but I'm not sure I will, because I'm not necessarily too interested in this as a set. But it was nice to see something that was more or less complete. And the list goes on and on with stuff that is more or less built that I haven't really managed to identify. I'll show you some of this right now. I don't know what this is. Don't know what this is particularly. Some of this might be people's own stuff, some mock things. Don't know what this is in particular. This is part of that Robbers Hideout that I showed you the boat from. Don't know what this is. It may be part of this, if I'm not mistaken, but how it goes together, I'm not sure. Then there's, I think this is part of an Ant-Man set, but I'm not completely sure. I think I found the small studs that should go on top of these, but I am, again, not completely sure. It is a cool little one though, isn't it? Then there's stuff like this. I don't know where this belongs to, or... Oh, this is a Speed Racers thing. I found this previously in another hole at some point. There's this, which seems to be from a Avengers set. I'm not sure I could complete this. And speaking of Avengers, there's also parts of what I believe to be an Avengers Tower. But as I've said repeatedly, everything seems to be incomplete. And why is that? And that's a great question. The thing is, my good friend who found this for me and was kind enough to buy it said that the people who sold it to them said that they'd had another box or bag. This was actually placed in boxes when he found it. He had it placed in the bag to transport it home. But they'd had a box that was matching in size with that one that he found and bought for me. So there was actually two boxes of Lego the same size. So there's a lot of Lego that's just been mixed together back and forth, and half of everything is probably in both those boxes. And yeah, so that's why everything seems to be sort of incomplete or not there in particular. But what was it I was so hyped about that I said I think we struck pay dirt? The thing that I was very, very, very excited about is in this little tray right here. Just push these out of the way a bit so we have a little more room to do with. What is this? Well, I have been collecting what I could from this while looking at it. You might try to identify it from looking at this. Who knows what this is? This is Peter Venkman. Yes, it's true. There is at least one Ghostbusters car in here, or at least parts of it, and it seems, if I'm not mistaken, this is actually the front end of the Ecto 1, and this is actually the back end of the Ecto 1 and 2. So there's actually two different Ghostbusters cars in here, and I'm really, really curious to see how much I could pull together from these. What I've done is I printed out the items list, the piece lists from Bricklink, and now I'm gonna see if I can piece everything together. I'm pretty sure I can't piece both of them together, but I'm wondering if parts from one will finish the other. So bear with me a minute while I try to complete these the best I can. So this is what I ended up with. I can safely conclude that the entire actual one from the old 1984 movie is not here. There's a lot of pieces still missing, and some of the more expensive chrome pieces like this is missing as well. Those are usually pretty expensive. I can of course supplement or add stuff from my own collection, and I will do that, and then I'll take a look and see how everything is adding up. The thing is, you can get a brand new sealed in-box Ecto 1 on Bricklink at almost retail price at this point still. So there is a consideration to be had for, do you want to, the time invested versus the price paid for small pieces, you know, maybe it's not worth it. But yeah, who knows? I'll be adding to this in the next week or so, I think, maybe more, and see how everything goes. And maybe I'll see if I can order the remaining pieces to piece everything together to have the Ecto 1. One thing that is definitely missing, and is usually very expensive to replace, are the minifigures. All that's left is this of Peter Venkman. I think I may be able to find his head and maybe his hair as well. Of course, I can replace that hand there, but the other three Ghostbusters aren't here. So yeah, that's definitely something that would be expensive to replace. On the other hand, I do have the big Ghostbusters headquarters, so in that sense I already have those minifigures and they would go fine with this. But yeah, this is what I could manage to find right now. I haven't sorted everything out yet. It is a big collection of pieces, and it's not necessarily easy to find anything yet, but I will, as I said, try to piece it together over the next few days, maybe a week or so, and see how much I do have. And depending on what's left and what I need, I might get just the pieces of Bricklink, and if not, I may consider at some point getting the Ghostbusters Ecto 1. The Ghostbusters Ecto 1 and 2 is, I had to leech these wheels off that one to just make this as complete as it is now. So there's no hope for that in this time round for this collection. That was a short follow-up to what I had found in that great big bag. I hope I'll find some more, but I'm pretty sure that all those half sets will remain half sets. At least I have a lot of great stuff for my piece collection, and I can get to build a lot of mocks with all those pieces. I'm looking forward to that, and I'm also looking forward to hear you guys' thoughts about, should I piece this Ghostbusters car together, or should I just leave it as is and try to buy a new sealed one? I don't know what might be the best way. But that's all for you today. I hope you comment, like, and subscribe, and hope to see you guys next Monday.